before you present. Yes.
Oh, mic is over there. Okay, and then turn on, and then 30 seconds. Hello, hello. Okay, okay.
So let me clarify again, 15 minutes, right, per
Yeah.
group, and then 5 minutes Q&A?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
And then
So
3
20
minutes.
minutes in total.
Yeah, about that.
Okay, so you'll have some Q&A sessions.
But it's not that strict, like. Yeah, it's not that strict. We don't need to stop them. It's a final, so as long as they want to speak, they just can speak. It's just a mess. So you can start. Go ahead.
Hi everyone.
No.
Thank you for being here today for our presentation. We are going to talk about our study of conscious differences between American and Japanese students. Generally speaking, Japanese students make effort to enter the university, but
Sorry, can you say your names like I asked you?
Sorry.
Sorry.
sorry, I'm lucky. Sorry.
It's okay.
American students make effort to graduate the university rather than enter the university. Also, many people think or say Japanese students is not earnest better than American students. So our group decided to research whether this opinion is correct or not. We research in terms of both systems of education and method of education. At first, we are going to introduce the results by questionnaire.
My name is Sayaka. We sent questionnaire to both countries, both in Japan and America. It has 4 questions. Do you like studying? Why do you say so? Why do you study? How long do you study in a day? The result was completely different from what we had been expected. We expected that most of American students answered yes in first question because we saw our RA studied hard every day. For example, this Sunday, when we went bowling, our RA didn't play it but studied at bowling alley. The number of students who answered yes at first question is little larger in America, but the graph is very similar. At the second question, the students who answered yes said, it helps me learn and remember, or I got to learn new things, and some of the things are interesting. The student who answered no said, some subjects are very boring and it takes a lot of time, or sometimes I feel too tired. The answer of the second question is very similar, but I find differences. The reason that they said no is in Japan. They said that their classes are very boring, but in America, they said that they prefer their classroom sitting and listening to their professor's story, but instead of reading their notes for hours. I think this is a big difference. The answer of third question is similar too. We have a same purpose, such as getting a good grade and job, and better understanding in classes.
The answer of both question has a big differences in American and Japanese students. The average time of study Japanese students is about 1 hour, but American students is about 5 hours.
I'm Takumi Matsui. So I want to talk about educational background. According to questionnaire, the number of American and Japanese who do not like study or like study are half and half. But there is a difference. Americans study, but Japanese do not study. So I want to talk about why this difference happened. I think there are some reasons. First, in America, when they find work, their educational background is regarded as important. If we do not have good grade, we can get good work. If we have good communication skill or special ability, we can get better work than people who have good grade. Second, in America, there are a lot of homework. In Japan, there are a few homework, so we do not study at home. Instead of it, we do a part-time job or club activity. By high school, our teacher gives us a lot of homework, but since university, they do not give us homework. Third, in America, students are active in class. In Japan, there are a lot of lectures that teacher just give us lessons. So we do not comment in class. If we do not comment in class, we can get good grade. And we are so shy, so we feel embarrassed when do a presentation in front of a lot of people. This is why this difference happened.
I'm Rika. I'd like to talk about 2 points of difference of learning way between Japan and US. First, the way of putting out. In Japan, students have many chances to practice what they learned or memorized in classes. For example, when Japanese students learn addition, they answer 3 plus 3 or 2 plus 4. Against US students answer circle plus square equals 6. So Japanese are good at putting out what they learned peacefully. The good point of that is they can preserve our tradition for a generation without changing the style. But in US students have many chance to seek an answer by themselves by using their knowledge before memorizing the answer. So the good point of that is that they can develop creative skill and they can create something where there is nothing, like Apple company and Facebook. Second, about emphasis stage in education. In Japan, when a student say wrong answer, teacher tend to say correct answer soon. But in US, teacher gives them some time to think why the answer is wrong. And the university entrance system is also different. In Japan, we must success the entrance exam because it is because university take student in order to their score. But in US, extracurricular activities like volunteer, sports, and communication activities also needed. So we can say that Japanese put the emphasis on result, and US American put emphasis on process. That's all.
I'm Yu Sakazaki. I'm talking about the educational problem educational problem of Japan and America. The most serious problem in America is the gap of education. The gap of education is caused by various things. The first thing is, which is the school, private or public? Private school have a lot of money, so the school can pay a lot of money for educating students. But the public school is sometimes have problem with shortage of money. The second thing is students' background. It is said that in America, students, they are Hispanic or Native American, is their literacy rate is low. So it is a problem in America. In Japan, education level is high. That's because Japanese compulsory span is very short. That is 9 years. During that time, Japanese students learn a lot of things. So they can keep their educational level high because, but the way is memorize importance way. It is the memorize importance way is okay in Japan. That's because the memorizing importance way is connect to the entrance in college entrance examination. But through this way, school can't educate students who has flexible thinking or thinking deeply skill. So, how to solve educational problem? In America, 2001, the president was Bush. The not children left behind policy came up. This policy is established in order to get rid of the educational gap, but it doesn't work well. So next time, 2009, the president was Obama. The teacher incentive fund policy came up. This policy is focused on educate good teacher. In Japan, how to solve the Japanese problem is changing of examination for university. In Japan, the way of memorizing importance examination has used for 26 hours. That is called center shiken. But the next test is focused on how to think the student or the thinking deeply. So the new examination will use from 2020. studying is important in our society, and in this society, sorry, globalization, quick improvement of knowledge, and innovation of technology, competition. So how to survive in this society? So in this society, education is important. Many countries try to educate some people who can survive this society, or they can contribute to the improvement of country. So education is important. We can learn about the research or presentation. Thank you very much. Do you have any question? Somebody? Yes.
I noticed that your pie chart has yes, no, and others maybe. So what is others? Please give me an example.
Others mean that some students say that depends on subjects I like studying, so that it is others.
Thank you.
Yes. So in America, even in university, the teachers gave students a lot of homework. So it is because I think it is because teacher wants students to keep their knowledge and review or something. And so then, do you think in Japanese university also teachers should give us a lot of homework? Yeah, I think it's better to give us a lot of homework.
In order to improve our skills, it is better to give a lot of homework, but it is not Japanese style, so not homework is Japan.
You can also ask questions to American students. They are here. Yeah.
I'm interested in how did you survive? Why? Or like, what was the scale? So you said about Americans' homework is a lot and Japanese is not a lot. So what way did you compare them? Did you understand my
I had my roommates, and I watched my roommates' homework.
the boring of the?
Yes.
Okay, I see.
So based on your observation?
Yeah.
Oh. Questionnaire?
And questionnaire.
Okay, thanks.
Is that, I have a question to some of the American students here. Is that true that you get like more homework, a lot of homework when you're in elementary school, junior high school, when, no, not much homework at all when you're in elementary school, but as you get older, you get a lot of homework at the university level? That's my impression because Japanese students, you get a lot of homework as a kid in elementary school. Kids get lots of homework. I know because I have 2 children. but yeah, is that?
I have like reading to do. That's like the main part of my homework, and then like taking notes and stuff, and then like we have quizzes and stuff that we take online. But I mean, it is a lot though. In elementary school, it wouldn't take that
And
or
so
what?
now English examination is based on writing or listening, but I think it is important to speak our opinion or yeah, I think have own opinion is important about complex things or world problem. So that is important in this society. Yeah, instead of the center game. And other subject, I think more think deeply 뭔가 question. Think deeply question is need, I think.
How about interview? Maybe he
Mhm.
he want to ask about how do you
Measure.
measure about student have enough skill about or not. So how about the interview? Maybe interview can measure.
Yeah, I think that is good exam. Yeah. Nobody else?
Are we on time?
Yeah, it's 22. So.
Thank you very much.